The January 6th thing is bad, but also the intelligence agencies were involved in provoking people to go into the Capitol building. That's a fact.
Welcome to Conspiracy Theories Revealed. Conspiracy theories have been around for as long as mankind, and since it's mankind who has created governments, it stands to reason that government conspiracy theories would also exist. Political systems define modern governments and include democracies, totalitarian regimes, authoritarian regimes, and a variety of hybrid regimes. However, irrespective of the political systems, conspiracy theories associated with governments are massively on the rise, where the truth is sometimes stranger than fiction. In this video, we count down the 10 top government conspiracy theories, where some turned out to be true. From the 9/11 attacks being an inside job, to 15-minute cities, to the COVID-19 pandemic being created as a biological weapon by the Chinese government, and many more, we uncover and reveal the possible involvement of governments in some of the world's most amazing events. So, here we go. Number 10. MK Ultra human drug experiments.
Under code names like MK Ultra, the CIA spent 25 years and $25 million on secret mind control research.
MK Ultra is one of the most famous government conspiracy theories, and shockingly, it's true. Set up by the CIA in the 1950s, MK Ultra was a secret program aimed at discovering mind control techniques. The agency carried out a variety of unethical experiments on unaware human subjects. These experiments involved the application of drugs like LSD, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, and various forms of psychological torture. The goal was to develop methods for manipulating mental states and affecting brain functions. This program operated in secret until investigative journalism and a following congressional hearing in the 1970s brought it to light. The news about MK Ultra raised serious ethical questions about government transparency and the protection of individual rights.
I was given a glass of Kool-Aid, and so were the other children. This Kool-Aid was spiked with LSD. It was horrible.
Number 9. Chemtrails used for population control.
It's almost like a religion of thought.
Leave shadows on the clouds.
Look to the heavens, lines in the sky that captivate conspiracy theorists. Chemtrails, followers convinced something evil and secret is going on.
See and look at.
Chemtrails conspiracy theory claims that the government is spraying harmful chemicals into the atmosphere through aircraft, supposedly to control the population. Supporters of this theory point to the trails left behind by airplanes, claiming they contain toxic substances designed to manipulate weather patterns, spread diseases, or control human behavior. Despite scientific evidence explaining that these trails are harmless clouds formed by water vapor and engine exhaust, the theory continues to exist. The idea is that these chemtrails are part of a larger agenda for environmental control or depopulation. Critics argue that the simple details of such a common and hidden operation are unreal. Nevertheless, the theory has built up a significant following, fueled by a general suspicion of government activities and the spread of misinformation on social media. While no concrete evidence supports the chemtrail theory, it remains a powerful example of how conspiracy theories can capture public imagination and suspicion. Number 8. Pizzagate.
The North Carolina man who police say self-investigated a Washington, D.C. pizzeria armed with an assault rifle pleaded guilty today to weapons charges.
Pizzagate came to light during the 2016 U.S. presidential election, claiming that high-profile Democrats were involved in a child trafficking ring operating out of a Washington, D.C. pizzeria. The theory gained popularity on social media and was promoted by fake news websites. Despite being completely debunked, it led to real-world consequences. In December 2016, a man armed with a rifle entered the pizzeria to self-investigate the claims, resulting in gunfire, but, fortunately, no injuries. Pizzagate highlighted the dangerous power of conspiracy theories in the digital age. The theory was based on misunderstandings of hacked emails from John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, which were published by WikiLeaks. These emails contained ordinary references to pizza, which were wrongly considered as code words for illegal activities. Pizzagate serves as a warning about the speed and reach of misinformation online and its potential to cause violence and panic. Number 7. The Iran-Contra affair.
The charge that President Reagan personally knew of the plan to divert profits from Iranian arms sales to Contra rebels in Nicaragua was refuted today at the congressional hearings into the so-called Iran-Contra affair. The former National Security Advisor, Admiral John Poindexter, said that the buck stopped with him and that he'd made a very deliberate decision not to ask the president for his approval.
The Iran-Contra affair is a real scandal that took place in the 1980s, involving senior U.S. government officials. The Reagan administration secretly authorized the sale of arms to Iran, which was under an arms ban, in the hope of securing the release of hostages held by Hezbollah. The funds from these sales were then used to support Contra rebel groups in Nicaragua, despite a constitutional ban on providing such support. The scandal was exposed in 1986, leading to multiple investigations and the arrest of several officials. However, most were later granted parole. The Iran-Contra affair demonstrated how government officials could participate in secret operations that ignored legal and ethical boundaries. It also exposed the complexities of U.S. foreign policy and the lengths to which the government would go to achieve its strategic objectives. At Conspiracy Theories Revealed, we also let you be the judge by encouraging you to share your comments and thoughts in the comments section of this video. Number 6. 2020 U.S. presidential election was stolen. Trump versus Biden.
Trump is still your president!
It's legal for them to count votes in Pennsylvania 2 days after the election on November 3rd?
Yes.
You're wrong. Go. I don't even want to talk to you.
The claim that the 2020 U.S. presidential election was stolen from Donald Trump is one of the most common conspiracy theories in recent history. The supporters argue that extensive voter fraud and errors led to Joe Biden's victory. These allegations were fueled by President Trump's repeated claims and a flood of lawsuits challenging the election results. Despite numerous recounts, audits, and investigations finding no evidence of significant fraud, the belief remains among a significant portion of the voter base. This theory has had serious implications for American democracy, leading to the storming of the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol.
The continued existence of this belief underscores the deep political division and mistrust in election systems.
Rioters rampaging, waving for the first time inside this Capitol. Confederate flag that symbolized the cause to destroy America.
Number 5. The Illuminati and the U.S. government.
I don't care if you think I'm Satan reincarnated. The fact is, you can't look at that television and say, nothing happened on the 6th.
The Illuminati conspiracy theory claims that a secret society, the Illuminati, manipulates global events and controls world governments, including the U.S. government. This theory suggests that members of this elite group hold significant power and influence, organizing major political and economic events to achieve a new world order. The beginnings of the Illuminati date back to an Enlightenment-era secret society founded in Bavaria in 1776. But the modern conspiracy theory has taken on a life of its own. The supporters believe that symbols like the all-seeing eye and the pyramid on the US dollar bill are evidence of the Illuminati's influence. Despite a lack of concrete evidence, the theory remains, fueled by a general suspicion of elites and the belief in unknown forces controlling global affairs.
And if that's not enough, look at the dollar bill that tells you how much the founding fathers of America were all Masons, and at the time, that was already a Illuminati Masonic movement. Take a look at the dollar. Beyond the eye and the pyramid, there are even two different things written in Latin. Annuit coeptis on top, which annuit is favor or approve. Coeptis is commencement or undertaking. Lucifer approves our undertaking. And then underneath it says, Novus Ordo Secularum, New World Order.
Number 4. 9/11 was an inside job.
This just in, you were looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
The theory that the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attacks were an inside job committed by the U.S. government is one of the most common conspiracy theories. Supporters argue that the attacks were organized to justify military actions in the Middle East and to restrict civil liberty through laws like the Patriot Act.
Bin Laden to steal planes and run them into buildings. And more stuff is coming out now also, how much the Bush administration ignored the intelligence. It was almost like they ignored it because they wanted it to happen.
Oh, come off it, Jesse.
No, not oh, come off it.
Multiple pieces of evidence are referenced, including supposed strange events in the collapse of the Twin Towers and Building 7, and claims of insider trading in the stock market. Despite multiple thorough investigations, including the 9/11's Commission report, which found no evidence supporting these claims, the theory continues to exist. The idea that such a horrible attack could be organized by one's own government is a powerful argument, indicating deep suspicion and the desire to find alternative explanations for tragic events.
This is Gonzalez's first television interview about the case.
19 hijackers cannot commit 3,000 mass murders by themselves.
Based on what you found, do you believe there was a domestic support network for the hijackers?
Obviously.
Number 3. October 7th, 2023. Hamas attack on Israel was a false flag operation.
Hiding in fear, Israelis texted their friends and family a very similar question. Where is the army? Israel is one of the biggest military spenders in proportion to its population.
The theory that certain attacks blamed on Hamas are actually inside jobs planned by other organizations, including governments, is meant to explain the complexities and strategic manipulations within the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Supporters of this theory suggest that false flag operations are carried out to justify military responses or to influence public opinion.
That Israel was actually behind the atrocities against its own people. That they did it to justify the attacks on Gaza.
They argue that some attacks serve more general global interests, such as gaining support for military action or influencing international diplomacy. This theory often points to errors or noticed inconsistencies in official reports. While concrete evidence supporting such claims is generally lacking, the theory remains largely due to the highly divided and chaotic nature of the conflict. The belief in inside jobs reflects the deep distrust and suspicion that surround this long-standing and deeply controversial geopolitical issue. It highlights the difficulties in telling fact from fiction in an environment where propaganda and misinformation are common.
When the attack on October 7th in Israel happened from Hamas, what was your reaction to that?
Let's wait and see what happened. Well, it was my first reaction. My second reaction was, how the hell did the Israelis not know this was going to happen?
Number 2. 15-minute cities.
Creepy local authority bureaucrats would like to see your entire existence boiled down to the duration of a quarter of an hour.
The concept of 15-minute cities, where all necessary services are within a 15-minute walk or bike ride, has been put forward as a beneficial urban planning model. However, some conspiracy theorists argue that this is a government plan to control and restrict human movement. They claim that the establishment of such cities would lead to spying and a loss of personal freedoms, with authorities monitoring and limiting travel. Critics of this theory point out that 15-minute cities aim to reduce traffic jams, lower carbon pollution, and improve quality of life by creating more self-sufficient neighborhoods. Despite these positive intentions, The conspiracy theory remains, fueled by fears of increased government control and the reduction of individual liberties.
If you wanted to make sure that people have all their goods and services very close to them so they could walk to, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But the concept of somehow or another gating that or stopping people from going out or having checkpoints, that's what gets people concerned.
Yeah.
Number 1, COVID-19 was created as a biological weapon.
According to the US State Department's former lead investigator into the origins of COVID-19, David Asher, Chinese scientists could have developed the virus as a bioweapon.
The theory that COVID-19 was created as a biological weapon by the Chinese government is one of the most controversial and widely debated conspiracy theories. The supporters argue that the virus was purposefully engineered and released to achieve strategic objectives. This theory gained popularity early in the pandemic, fueled by international tensions and the outbreak in Wuhan, China. Multiple claims have been made about the virus's development, spanning from accidental release from a laboratory to intentional spread. Despite numerous scientific studies suggesting that the virus most likely developed from a natural spreading event, the theory remains. The World Health Organization and numerous independent investigations have found no evidence supporting the biological weapon claim. However, the theory continues to grow, highlighting deep doubts and the impact of misinformation.
These answers are based on a detailed investigative report by the Sunday Times. One investigator told the paper, and I'm quoting, "It has become increasingly clear that the Wuhan Institute of Virology was involved in the creation, promulgation, and cover-up of the COVID-19 pandemic." Note those words: creation, promulgation, and cover up.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave us a like and check out other cool videos from our channel, Conspiracy Theories Revealed. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel to be notified of our latest videos as we continue to uncover and reveal conspiracy theories where we let you be the judge.